This is the Dibbler. This cute little marsupial weighs under 100 grams and fits in the palm of your hand. But unfortunately, the Dibbler is one of Australia's most endangered species. In fact, in the 20th century, it was believed to be extinct for over 50 years until it was rediscovered in 1967. The Dibbler's scientific name is Genus apicalis. It is part of the kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Diacymorphia, family Diaceuridae, genus Genus, and species P. apicalis. The Dibbler was once found all along the coastal fringe of southern and western Australia. Today, however, they are restricted to 4 national parks: Fitzgerald River National Park, Pennyup Nature Reserve, Stirling Range National Park, and Winnichikup National Park, along with 3 small islands, Bullinga, Whitlock and Escape. On the mainland, the Dibbler is usually found in areas of long, unburnt grass with a thick layer of sandy soil. On the islands, however, its habitat comprises of low, dense coastal vegetation with an abundance of seabird burrow. Although the Dibblers may be very limited in their numbers, they are a key part of their environment. Dibblers are omnivores and feed on both flora and fauna. Their diet consists of mainly insects, small lizards, birds, and small mammals, along with fruit and nectar. They are first, second, and third order consumers. The Dibbler is part of a complex food web. If it was removed from its environment, this will be thrown out of balance. This is too complicated, however, so here is a simplified food chain. If the Dibbler was removed here, then the grasshoppers that it eats would begin to overpopulate, threatening the local vegetation. Conversely, the foxes that prey on the Dibbler would lose an important food source. The Dibbler is also important for the environment, as they aerate the soil while digging for their prey. This aids seed and fungi spore dispersal, improving biodiversity. They also foster in flowers, licking nectar and aiding in pollination. Unfortunately, however, the Dibbler is still faced with multiple threats. One of the main threats is from humans in the form of land clearing. The habitat of the Dibbler that used to stretch across southern Australia is now very limited as it has been destroyed for agriculture and urbanisation. Around 65% of the vegetation cover of southwest and western Australia has been cleared by humans. Another threat is the dieback disease. Dieback disease is a soil-borne water mould that causes root rot and kills the vegetation that the Dibbler and many animals it feeds on rely on for food. Over 40% of Western Australia's native plants are susceptible to the disease, particularly those in the state's southwest. The Dibbler is also at risk from introduced species such as cats and foxes. These predators are present in greater numbers than the Dibbler, and they pose a very real threat to them. According to the Australian government, feral cats threaten over 100 native species in Australia, including the Dibbler. So what are zoos doing to help this endangered animal? Perth Zoo is a member of the Dibbler recovery team led by the Western Australia Department of Parks and Wildlife. The zoo studies their reproductive biology and behaviour and breeds Dibblers for release into suitable protected habitats. Perth Zoo achieved the first successful captive breeding of the Dibbler in 1997. 26 of these were released on Escape Island in 1998. This was a secure site, free from introduced predators and relatively inaccessible to visitors. Since then, over 700 more Dibblers bred at Perth Zoo have been released into the wild. There are now self-sustaining populations established on Escape Island and Pennyup Nature Reserve. Further releases are planned for Winnichikup National Park. To summarise, the Dibbler is still one of Australia's most endangered marsupials. The little animal was once widespread across WA, is now restricted to small areas in protected reserves. Unfortunately, this animal is still at risk from many threats including land clearing, introduced species and the dieback disease. This animal, although small in numbers, is a very important part of its environment. If it became extinct, the delicate balance of the ecosystem would be disrupted. Luckily, Perth Zoo, along with the Dibbler recovery team, are helping to increase Dibbler numbers and have successfully established multiple stable populations. Overall, the Dibbler is an important species that we cannot allow to become extinct.
Created using Powtoon.